Alright, what's going on, you guys? Today, here with the video, my first flight video with the new DJI Neo. Today we're going to be doing a first flight with this drone and a review of the QuickShot modes available on this drone. I have powered this thing on to link it to my smartphone and my DJI account, but I have not flown it yet, so we're going to go out in the field, do a very first flight video so you guys can get a sense of how intuitive this thing is to use. I've watched videos how to use it, and I've read stuff, so I'm not completely unaware of how to use it, but I have not flown it yet. So we're going to find out how exactly it is to go out there and start flying this drone. We'll do a little quick review of how that goes, and I'll walk you through the QuickShot modes available on this drone. I'm super excited to get to use it, so let's get out in the field and do it. All right, so we're out at the filming location, or where I'm going to fly the drones for this video, and I think that this is one of the coolest parts of the Neo, is fits right there in a standard size pocket. All right, so to take off with this thing, I'm going to tap the power button and then hold the power button until the lights come on, like standard DJI drone. And then I'm going to use this close button here on the front to select the mode. And then I'm going to hold that mode button down until it gives me an audible cue that it's ready. And I'm going to hold my palm out, and once the camera recognizes me as the subject, it's going to take off on its own. So here, I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like right now. All right, so the drone is on. You can see these 4 green circular LEDs. It's on, and then this green lit up symbol is the follow me mode. And now I'm going to hold down this button for 2 seconds.
Medium, follow, 3, 2, 1.
And it's up. And it is following me around. You can see I'm slowly walking backwards, and it is tracking me very nicely. All right, here I just wanted to provide a different perspective of what the takeoff, follow me, and then landing procedure looked like. But you can see I took off from my hand, and the drone's going to follow me around, keeping me in the middle of the frame. And then eventually we'll get to landing, where I'll just simply hold out my palm. The drone recognizes that and will land in my hand. Alright, this is essentially the same shot that I just showed you from above, but now from the perspective of the Neo. I just wanted to make sure you guys saw what the Neo was seeing. And as you can see, it does a great job of keeping me centered in the frame. And video quality looks really nice. It keeps me nice and centered. And eventually we'll land by putting on the palm of my hand, and it'll come and land on my hand. Alright, in this shot here that you saw in the intro to the video, I was attempting to see how well the Neo could keep up with me while I'm moving at a decent pace. I'm not fast by any means. I was just jogging here 6 to 8 miles an hour probably, and I think it did a great job. I was really impressed. It kept a nice solid distance, consistent distance behind me, and stayed nice and steady, and did a great job keeping up with me here. All right, so we are now doing the Dronie QuickShot. I'm using all the default distance settings. You can change all that in the app. One of the coolest things about this drone is the fact that you're able to record audio as it does the QuickShot using the DJI Fly app. All right, we are now executing the circle QuickShot. So again, it's doing this all on its own, and using the DJI Fly app and my phone's microphone, I'm able to record audio while it does this, and it obviously cuts out the sound of the drone propellers, which is cool. All right, here's an example of the rocket QuickShot. The drone is going to go up to a preset height and then back down, and it's going to record on the way up and the way down. You can change this height setting in the app, but the default is 5 meters, and that's what you see here. All right, now we have Spotlight. So this one is super useful. I use it a lot with my other drones. It's not going to follow me. It's not going to move itself to follow me, it's just going to rotate, keep the camera on me. So as I get farther away, it's not going to follow me. It's going to keep me in frame. So super useful if you're walking around in a smallish area like I am right now. But definitely super useful when you're recording any type of video where you just need, essentially where you could use a second person and you don't have one. So very, very useful to say the least. All right, DirectionTrack is supposed to, rather than follow me where it just takes a direct path to the subject, this DirectionTrack is supposed to follow my exact path so that it does not run into obstacles, because there's no obstacle avoidance on this drone. So if it were to encounter like a tree, it couldn't see it. But just by the fact that I'm going to probably walk around the tree, it theoretically should be able to follow me. So let's actually test it. Let's test it out. I'm going to walk through this gap in the trees you see behind me, and we'll see if by any chance it can follow me through. No way. It did. It's pretty incredible because no obstacle avoidance, and it just squeezed through. I'm going to turn around so it can show you the gap in the trees again, but it's really not big at all. And the way that, like when I walk and do a sharp turn, at the moment I did the sharp turn, it starts to turn there and swings around the same point. So definitely a very, very useful feature if you're using this thing to hike or something similar to that where you're walking on a trail or something with a lot of obstacles. Then all I'm going to do is stand still for 3 seconds and it'll cancel the quick shot on its own.
Take off.
All right, we're going to try a little bit of manual control here just to see how intuitive it is, or maybe not so much. Rotate and go. It's very slow. The controls are not too easy to use because it's on your phone screen. You don't have real joysticks. So for that reason, they made it pretty slow. I don't mind that at all. Trying to hit myself in the head here. Left. I feel like a little practice could squeeze this in some pretty tight gaps. And the propeller guards and whatnot on this thing make it really something I'm not afraid to crash. So if I were to, it's not the end of the world. If you were to, it would not be the end of the world. So the manual control, definitely not too bad on this drone. Definitely usable. Just keep in mind the range is only about 50 to 60 meters, so not far at all. All right, you guys, we're going to close it out here with some final comments on the DJI Neo. First and foremost, this thing is awesome. It's going to be so much fun to use in the future, capturing content with this drone. My main takeaways is the functionality of the quick shots. You guys saw how when I was trying to run away from the follow me mode, it easily kept up. We also saw how the DirectionTrack mode successfully went through that gap in the trees and did a great job of following the path that I took, not just a straight line between myself and the drone. So the quick shot modes function very well. They're going to be very useful. The video quality is good. It's not perfect, it's not great, but that's really, it doesn't promise to do that, and it's not meant to do that. So footage quality is good enough, and it's so easy to get around with, you know, carry it in your pocket. So nothing bad to say about this drone. It's so easy to use. It can even be flown, you know, without a remote. So first flight went really well with this drone. My overall review so far is that it's awesome, but I got to go in more in depth, and I will. And overall view of the quick shots is they're awesome and they work well. So just want to say I appreciate you guys watching this video, sticking around. Make sure you leave a comment what you think, comment below about what you think about the DJI Neo, and remember to subscribe for more, because there'll be a lot more content coming from me about this drone. Thanks, guys.